All right, I want to talk to you guys today about something that I don't think I've ever seen addressed before. And it's the weird friendships and relationships that are happening in the entrepreneur industry. So let's paint some pictures for a minute. From the outside, what do outsiders see? Well, outsiders see lots of different online personalities, and they see people helping to promote each other. They see lots of different mutual shares on Facebook, and there kind of is this collective idea that other influencers endorse each other, and that's how they kind of pull each other to the top, right? Is that what you guys are seeing in your social media newsfeed? Because I see that, that's what I see. And let me just kind of take you behind the curtain for a minute. I think that there are a couple things going on here. First of all, from my experience, what I've found is that online business, and I can't really speak for a lot of other areas of business. I know a lot about the online entrepreneur space. And what I can tell you is that it's kind of set up like high school lunch tables almost. Okay, so remember in high school how everyone kind of had a clique or a crew. And some schools had a lot of different cross-pollination, but in general, everyone knew kind of where they belonged. It was either in stereotypical high school, it was the jocks and the nerds and the drama kids, that's one setup. Or there's just separates by grades, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, where we separate into age groups, or we just separate into sometimes ethnic groups, like the black kids over here, the Latino kids over here, white kids over here. So in high school and generally growing up, there were always these little separations based on ideology, based on upbringing, based on, mutual perception of the world. And you'll find that too, as you rise the ranks in entrepreneurship, especially if you want to kind of get into the online business space, you'll notice that as well too. It's kind of like there are different lunch tables in the space, and not everyone's eating at the same table. Everyone has their own clique. So for instance, my clique, who's in my clique? My homie Nathan Chan from Founder Magazine, who's been one of the most supportive people to Rich 20-something. Matt and Jared from Under 30, who sold me Under 30 CEO and began Under 30 Experiences, who we've done a lot of collaborations with. And I could go on for a long time and talk about all the people in my clique. And I won't name any names, but there are also people who are not in my clique. And sometimes it's not because I didn't want them, but because they didn't feel me. And what I found is that in the beginning, when I wanted to impress my peers, or even impress people who I thought were above me a little bit, I'd get really invested in hoping that they approved of my work, and hoping that they saw that I was doing good work too. And now I realize it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter who else thinks that my work is dope except for you. Everyone who's watching this, everyone who's read my book, the thousands of people who've read my book now in the short amount of time, the hundreds of thousands who've began to follow me over the last couple of years, you guys are the only ones that really matter. It's so easy to get wrapped up in what your competitors are doing, or what people in your space are doing. But what I've really realized over the last few months, and I'm sure you guys are starting to feel this, I hope you guys are starting to feel this with the way that I'm talking to you in social media, via email, on these videos. I hope you guys are starting to feel that it's time to move on to more advanced things, and it's time to start talking about the real issues that we're having. I think it's pretty obvious that everyone wants to learn how to start a business, and we can talk about that. You guys know that I'm good at that, and I'm here to help you with that. But I think there are other issues to talk about too, that are more profound and important, like the idea of building the craft, like the idea of building this platform for you to really pull yourself up on and not just make a quick buck, but extend your career. And so when I think about that type of stuff, and I think about what my real message is, I realize it doesn't matter what the competitors think about me. It just matters that you get the message. And so I want to encourage you to think the same way with the thing that you're creating, with your content, with your platform, if that's what you're into, if that's what you're making, especially as content creators. Not everyone's going to be in your clique. Not everyone's going to be sitting at your lunch table. Some people you'll never get the chance to cross paths with. There are still a lot of people who I want to meet in the space, in the industry, who I haven't had a chance to yet. Some people you will cross paths with at some point, and you guys are just not going to vibe. And that's going to have to be okay, because you're going to form a group of people as you kind of move up the ranks in entrepreneurship, who really understand what you're about, who speak your same language, who help you out with your projects, who really, are there for you. And you're not going to have to guess who they are. It's going to be obvious. And the people who are with you, and the people who aren't, well, they aren't. So I hope that sheds some light on a little bit of what goes on behind the scenes as a thought leader in this space. And I hope that those lessons are things that you can apply right now and remember them as you're moving up, because I know for me, it was definitely a mindfuck but it doesn't have to be for you. And so if you like this type of unfiltered stuff, if you really like having these real conversations, you subscribe to this channel because I'm putting out videos every single day. And like this video, leave a comment on what you want to know next for my next video. I love you. I appreciate you. I will talk to you soon. Peace. That one was better.